Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue, and I'm kind of going against my usual craft videos to bring you this important message about recreational sales of cannabis in Massachusetts. I am, or I was, a medical marijuana user and a licensed medical marijuana user in Massachusetts. But earlier this year, the medical dispensary that I was going to, which is called ATG in Salem on Grove Street, announced, well actually I think it was in December of last year, they announced that they were going to offer recreational sales. So for me, as a person that's not exactly high income, I decided that I would purchase, instead I would purchase my cannabis, which I don't smoke it. I infuse it into oil and I ingest it, just so that you know. I'm not a smoker, but I decided that I would instead purchase my product, my flower, recreationally. And so anyway, before I had a chance, once my MML, my medical marijuana license expired, like 2 days later, the Salem dispensary announced that they were halting the recreational sales, which was a real bummer for me, because I just simply couldn't afford to renew my MML for Massachusetts. It costs over $200 a year to get an MML in Massachusetts, and I feel like that's just astronomical. And just to give you an example, recently I had to renew my driver's license. It cost me $50. That $50 license is good for 4 years, so that's $12.50 a year that I pay for the privilege to drive a car. $12.50 seems reasonable to me. It's $1 a month. But no, for the opportunity to purchase and use medical marijuana for medical needs, I have to spend over $200 for that privilege a year. That's just ridiculous. It needs to change. Okay? But so I decided, being a person of limited means, that I would buy my my flower recreationally. And I wanted to just update you on how that went, because yesterday I got word that Salem had started to sell recreationally again. Okay, so here are a few pointers for you to know. First of all, if you are interested in purchasing cannabis, marijuana, pot, whatever you want to call it, if you're interested in purchasing this at the dispensary in Massachusetts, again, this is ATG, is the name of it. It's on Grove Street in Salem. You must first make an appointment. You do that online at atgma.org. Okay, and I'll tell you right up, I am not an agent of this company, or I am in no way involved in the cannabis industry. This is just my personal experience, so take it for what it is, okay? So anyway, you have to make an appointment online. I made an appointment yesterday afternoon when I showed up there and was told I needed to make an appointment. So I showed up there and I got an appointment this morning. So it was within 24 hours, which was really great. I was very excited. I confirmed my appointment just as they asked, and I also looked at their online menu. Unfortunately, their online menu was not indicative of what they actually offered this morning, and I know they probably reserved the right to sell out of some product. But I do want to tell you, if you take marijuana or cannabis as a medicine and you're used to getting something like a CBD dominant strain, like Cannatonic, you cannot purchase that recreationally right now. I don't know why, and I think that that's a mistake, and I think that they need to change that. But for right now, the menu is extremely limited, okay? And there were sativas, and there were indicas, and there were hybrids in the flower. They also offered things like edibles and the pens, the vape pen cartridges, and a few other items, but it was an extremely limited menu compared to what they offer for the medical. And the second thing that you need to understand is that they are, I just wrote down some notes, okay? So it's very limited. It does not contain a CBD strain. The menu online is not the same. And here is the most important thing you need to understand, is that there is a huge markup for taxes. And I just wanted to show you this. I don't know if you can read it, but I'm going to let you know. What I purchased was 2 1/4 ounce packages. I hope I can show this, but this is what I purchased. It's a strain called Durban Poison. It wasn't my first choice. I actually wanted to get Sour Diesel, which is a sativa, or Super Lemon Haze, which I have had a lot of success with before. But the only one that I could get that I wanted, or it was kind of like my second choice, was Durban Poison. Now, normally 1/4 ounce, no, is it 1/8 ounce? You can't really see through this package, but you know, it's 1/8 ounce. This is priced at $47. Okay, but I purchased 2 of them, so my subtotal was $94. I paid 94 cents in Salem TEF. I don't know what that is. I spent $2.82 in the local marijuana tax. I also spent $5.88 for the Massachusetts sales tax, and here is the beauty one. I also spent $10.11 on the Massachusetts excise tax. So all told, I spent $19.74 for $94 worth of product. That's 25% of my purchase, and I paid. This is an example, and I paid a grand total of $113.74. Still in all, this was better for me, even with the fact that I had a limited selection. I had to make an appointment, and I couldn't get my CBD strain, which that part really bothers me, okay? But still in all, and I had to pay 25% taxes on this. It's still a better deal for me. It's still a way better deal for me to buy recreationally instead of getting an MML license and paying over $200 for the right to purchase marijuana. And that is something that I think needs to be addressed, not just in Massachusetts, but probably across the country. People who need this medicinally, and I am one of those people, they're going to have to pay an exorbitant amount every year for a license that doesn't make sense at all, or they're going to opt to purchase it recreationally, which is what I have done, okay? And I'm going to pay 25%, mark 25%, for the ability, and it's still going to be a better deal for me. The reason that's going to be a better deal for me is that this 1/4 ounce, and by the way, it's very safe. You don't have to worry. I'm not going to smoke it in the parking lot. I am not that kind of a person. I'm a responsible adult. I use this. I don't actually even smoke it. I turned it into an oil, a canna oil, that I use to ingest in a very micro dose. My $94 purchase plus, so my $113 purchase is going to last me 4 months. So if you parse that out, it's still going to cost me only like $300 or $400 a year, instead of double that what I would pay. And if you want to see my numbers, I'd be happy to provide them for you. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that getting a medical marijuana license in the state of Massachusetts is not easy. It is not cheap. And it needs to be addressed because there are people like me and people that are low income that cannot afford medicine. They cannot afford to purchase a license so that they can then turn around and purchase medicine. None of this is covered by insurance, none of it. And I'm hoping that we eventually get there, but it's, it is a slow and long and drawn out process that is hurting people until it gets done. So that's just my take. Again, I am just a user that uses cannabis in place of prescription medications that I've been taking for decades. This works for me. It helps me. Not everyone that wants to use cannabis, I know, want to use it medicinally. That's okay. The state has agreed to allow us to use this recreationally, but for me, I am a medical user, and there are some real huge problems in the way that the system is laid out right now, and I really am requesting that that get changed. So thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope that you found this information useful. And perhaps if you found it useful, you could share it amongst your friends. Perhaps we'll get the attention of Liz Warren, my friend over there, my senator friend over there, or maybe even Seth Moulton, or some of our local representatives to really fight for us for medical marijuana. Thanks very much. Have a great day.